This Florida river is formed by a first magnitude spring that is ranked fourth in the state for the volume of water discharged. Its crystalline water has made it a popular destination for many generations to enjoy aquatic activities. Join us as we kayak upriver from KP Hole Park to the headwaters at Rainbow Springs State Park. On weekends and holidays, you'll want to get there early. We arrived at 9:30 a.m. Sunday during Memorial Day weekend and almost thought that we missed out on this adventure. Hello. We were wanting to launch 2 kayaks, but it says that it's full, and that looks like it's gated, so that's all full too. Fortunately, with a little bit of luck, a parking spot did become available just as we were about to be turned away. We paid our $7 per vessel launch fee and were ready to get out on the water. Before you decide to get out on the Rainbow River, there are a few things you should know. Alcohol is prohibited on the river. Disposable containers such as plastic bottles, aluminum cans, breakable plastic utensils, and paper napkins are also prohibited. All food must be in reusable containers. There are cooler checks at the park before you get out on the river. Paddling from KP Hole to the headwaters at Rainbow Springs State Park is about a mile and a half. You will be paddling against the current. However, even though Silver Springs discharges almost 500 million gallons of water per day, the current is not that strong against you. At KP Hole, the water is already amazingly clear, and it gets more impressive the further you paddle upstream. Dragonfly. On this Memorial Day weekend, the river was quite busy with kayaks, canoes, inner tubes, snorkelers, divers, and motorboats. If you're looking for a more quiet adventure, it is recommended to visit the spring on a weekday. Archaeological evidence indicates the waters of Rainbow River have attracted and sustained human inhabitants for over 10,000 years. The looking glass waters of Rainbow Springs comes from several vents, not just one large bubbling spring. The river itself supports a wide variety of fish, wildlife, and plants. As we paddled up the river, we did see a small stream to the right, and we just had to explore just to see where it would take us. The stream was shallow, but deep enough for our kayaks. The trees gave ample coverage from the sun, and with only but a few people adventuring down this narrow creek, it was quite peaceful. It was certainly worth taking this little detour. Yep, and all the good stuff's probably back there.
Yeah. I don't know, it's pretty cool paddling up this far.
That's true.
I'll take what I can for this one.
Less crowded too, and a lot cooler with that shade.
Coming in here, I thought, oh, we're never going to do this.
After coming to the accessible end of the creek, it was time to head back to the main river. With a little current behind us, it wasn't going to be long before we were back out in the sun with the crowds and continuing our journey upstream to Rainbow Springs. The Rainbow Springs and the Rainbow River became popular in the late 1880s when hard rock phosphate was discovered in the area. A small community called Juliet flourished near the springs during this boomtown era. In the 1930s, the spring was developed as a tourist attraction. Seawalls, a lodge, gift shop, the waterfalls, and a reptile exhibit were all built. The real heyday for the attraction occurred in the 1960s. During that time, activity greatly increased with new attractions such as glass-bottom boat rides, a monorail, and submarine boat tours were added. Rainbow Springs did not fare well when traffic began using I-75 instead of US Highway 41, with many tourists now heading to a new attraction called Disney World. Rainbow Springs attraction would close in 1974. In 1990, the state purchased the original area that was Rainbow Springs attraction. Volunteers cleared the overgrown park, and the Florida Park Service officially opened Rainbow Springs State Park on a full-time basis on March 9, 1995. The average depth in the natural swimming area runs about 10 to 18 feet deep. The water temperature averages about 72 degrees year-round. The pristine water is extraordinarily clear. Looking down into the water, it's a bit deceiving how deep the water actually is. It looks much more shallow. When you arrive at the headwaters, you can enter the state park. However, you will need to pay the required entrance fee. There is a place to tie off your kayak if you choose to explore by land.
I guess we head back. Good. No, they're trying to stay underneath your kayak.
Because we were just floating. Maybe. So it's coming more. Look. So funny.
Thank you all for joining us on this adventure. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Hit that bell notification to get a reminder of future videos. A special thanks to our channel members. If you'd like to further support the channel, become a member and get an awesome little dolphin beside your name to show off your support.